following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFangy coming to you with my latest collection update video. The video I made a few days ago, I was almost going to wait until today. That way I could do one collection video instead of two separate ones, but all things considered, I don't regret making that video when I did, because the Transformers figures I showed off in that video were ones that I wanted to get out of the way and show that I had in my collection. So for this collection video, I've actually got 4 Transformers products. 2 of them are actually third-party upgrade kits that I actually got over a month ago, and I've been hesitant about whether or not I was actually going to do a video review on them, so please let me know in the comment section you want me to do a video review on these upgrade kits, but it's so. Start things off this upgrade kit. If you can't tell what it is from the bubble wrap. Setting light off to the side. First up, we have an upgrade kit that I personally believe is a must-have for any Transformers collector who has the Transformers figure that it's meant to interact with. So, and I've said this before in past videos that I've made, that the only third-party products that I add to my Transformers collections are ones that I believe are absolutely necessary, and that's what I have to say about this third-party upgrade kit, and it is this right here. So for those of you who don't know, this is actually a knockoff version of the laser gun that was made by third-party company DNA Design for the Transformers Earthrise Titan Class Scorponok figure. So yes, this is a knockoff that a third-party upgrade kit maker made based off of DNA Design. One of the best ways to tell that this is a knockoff instead of DNA Design's actual product is right here on the handle. This knockoff version has this little extension right here, and these 2 slits actually line up with carved plastic filler pieces for the inside of Scorponok's claws, so Scorponok is gripping both sides of this handle right here. And another thing this knockoff does not have that DNA Designs laser gun has is there's no 5mm peg that plugs into Scorponok's wrist, and that's actually how Scorponok holds the official laser gun that DNA Design created, is by a 5mm peg that plugs into Scorponok's wrist. But here on this knockoff, Scorponok is actually holding the handle. A shout out to a good friend of mine, the Judge of Lore Master Starscream, actually showed this laser gun being held by Scorponok in one of his live streams. He was back when I first got this, so I've been hesitant as to whether or not if I'm actually going to do a review of this laser gun or not, but I'm leaning towards the possibility of doing it. Just to show off what it looks like with Scorponok here. And this now holds the title of being the physically largest laser gun weapon that I have in my Transformers collection. I believe it's longer than the laser gun that I have for Titan's Return, Earn Fortress Maximus. But yes, it is pretty impressive looking up. For those of you wondering just how tall this laser gun is, this knockoff version of DNA Design's laser gun, here it is next to a recently released Transformers figure, Legacy Laser Optimus Prime. So yeah, this thing is as long as a leader class Transformers figure is tall, if not taller. And by leader class, I mean the old school leader class Transformers. So yeah, it's pretty nice looking. There's 2 paint detailing on it, white on that side and white on that side. But yeah, I'm really impressed with how it came out. And just in case I decide not to do a review on it, one feature that this knockoff has that the official DNA Design laser gun also has as well is this carved section here on the back, this hexagon shaped piece at the very end. This actually allows you to plug the laser gun onto the end of Scorponok's tail in Scorpion mode. So instead of his tiny little Scorpion stinger, he now has this huge cannon at the end of his tail that he can use to destroy his Autobot enemies. So really impressed with how it came out. And then of course, after I got Scorponok, and I got this laser gun for Scorponok. Getting that laser gun for Scorponok is what inspired me to get the leaning over it, because I'm trying to point at the box that has my Titan class Black Zarak figure, and so I figured if I got the laser gun for Scorponok, then it would make sense to also get the laser gun for Black Zarak. So yes, I have. So yes, for those of you, if you ever find yourself browsing around eBay, and you find someone selling this knockoff laser gun for Earthrise Scorponok, there is also a red and gold version design for Black Zarak. When I get around to do my review of Black Zarak, I'm debating whether or not if I'll show him off with this laser gun as well. And yes, the red plastic on here, it's a shiny metallic candy red, almost like a shiny crimson red almost. So unlike the laser gun that more closely matches Earthrise Scorponok, the one here for Black Zarak doesn't really match up with the red and gold paint ain't used on that figure, but I'm still glad to have it in my collection. I do not regret getting it. So, and I did get these over a month ago, but I was looking back at the collection videos that I had done, and I realized that I'd never actually done a video showing off that I got these laser guns for Scorponok and Black Zarak. So those are pretty great. The next figure I'm actually going to show is the most recent Transformers figure I've added to my collection, which it showed up today from Amazon, so I'm really glad for that. And I'm really glad that just like my Legacy G-Axis figure that I reviewed yesterday, this figure also was shipped inside a cardboard box instead of a paper envelope, so the box didn't get eat up that much, so I'm really glad for that. So for my most recent Transformers figure, and it's also, this Transformers figure is the I used a close-up image of the box for the thumbnail of this video. So without further delay, I present you guys with Transformers the Movie Studio Series Junkyard. So yes, the latest Voyager class figure to be released in the Studio Series 86 line is now in my Transformers collection. I'm really hoping that we get more Junkyards from this mold, besides Drekgar and this guy here. And for those of you guys who don't know, this is not the name that this Junkyard character originally had. His name actually, when he was introduced and his name and identity was created, this guy's name was actually originally the Junkyard. But apparently Hasbro has never been able to get a registered trademark copyright to the name Junkyard, so they switched out the word yard from his name with the word heap, and so yes, he's one of the Transformers characters who, just like the Triceratops Dinobot, his original name from the Transformers comic books, when he was first introduced, he might not never get to have that name again. But yeah, when I get around to doing this review, I'm going to put that in the title of the video and explain his original name being Junkyard. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this guy in my collection. I'm really, from all the reviews I've seen, I really like all the new retooled parts that have been given on him to distinguish him from Wreck-Gar. But yeah, fingers crossed that we get more Junkyards from this mold. So the last Transformers figure in my collection is one that you guys probably didn't expect I was ever going to collect, but those of you wondering what's inside this cardboard box back here that's behind my Generations Metroplex figure, a year ago, and this is how far behind I am in some of the Transformers figures I have to review. The Transformers figure inside that box I bought over a year ago. And before I got Metroplex, that figure held the title of the most expensive Transformers figure I added to my collection, and it is the Takara Tomy exclusive Transformers Generation Selects God Neptune Combiner. God Neptune is a mostly white repaint of the Combiner Piranacon, and God Neptune is basically the second team of Combiners to be called the Seacons. Unlike Piranacon, who's a Decepticon, God Neptune is actually a Piranacon due to him appearing in the Transformers Beast Wars Neo cartoon series. However, an interesting bit of trivia, which when I eventually get around to reviewing God Neptune I will explain, is that unlike the G1 Piranacon Seacons, who had 6 team members, God Neptune, the Beast Wars Neo Predacon Seacons, they only had 5 team members, and I don't remember the real reason why Takara Tomy decided to omit the 6th Seacon from on when they repainted Generation 1 Piranacon into God Neptune. But I was bummed having only 5 of the Seacons in my Transformers collection, so what I was able to do this past week was I was able to find on eBay, at a decent price, the one Seacon who was not repainted from Piranacon into God Neptune. So here he is the Takara Tomy exclusive Transformers Generation Selects X Lob Claw, or as Hasbro named him originally here in the United States, Nautilator. So yes, with this figure in my Transformers collection, I now have all 6 of the Seacons at least the molds. I have all 6 Seacon molds in my Transformers collection. There's 7 Seacons that have been released, but I won't go into the details of that here in this video since it's already gone on much longer than I wanted. But yes, with Nautilator in my collection, I now have all 6 of the Seacon molds in my Transformers collection. Again, as I said a moment ago, I don't know why Takara Tomy didn't include Nautilator with the God Neptune Seacons, but so one thing I'm trying to debate is on whether or not if I'm going to do a separate video review on Nautilator, or if I'm going to just include Nautilator with my eventual review of the God Neptune Seacons. And even though Nautilator has a mostly turquoise paint job, and God Neptune, the Seacons that combine to form him they have a mostly ivory white paint job. But I told some of my subscriber, but I said on I'm sorry, I forgot it. No, it wasn't my subscribers. I mentioned on TFW 2005 on one of the blogs that Transformers fans and collectors who want to add Nautilator to God Neptune, if they have that combiner and they couldn't get a hold of Piranacon, that Nautilator could end up acting either as a arm or a leg transplant, or he could act as God Neptune's target master. So even though he has a different paint job, there's different possibilities of integrating Nautilator into God Neptune if you have that combiner but you don't have Piranacon. So yes, this has been my latest haul, all of Transformers figures. Thank you guys so much for watching. I promise I will get around to reviewing all these Transformers figures when I can, but between helping my family and having to end with my job and everything, making videos here for my YouTube channel is the last thing on my list of priorities to do every day. So that's why that's why I unfortunately can never make any promises as to which days I'm going to review which figures, and why I constantly ask you guys to just bear in mind with me until I can eventually get around to doing the reviews. But I'm hoping to get around to doing these reviews eventually. Yeah, I have a list of Transformers figures that I still have to make video reviews on, and yes, I'm hoping to being around to getting to do them soon. So thank you guys all so much. This has been the TM Fangy. This has been my latest haul of all of Transformers products. I have the laser guns to go with Titan Class Scorponok and Black Zarek. I also have from the Studio Series 86 line, Voyager Class Junkyard, or Junkyard as he was originally named. And so I'm really excited to have him in my collection. I did order Sludge from Amazon, but unfortunately I didn't get Sludge the day he was released, just like I was able to do with Junkyard, and Sludge keeps selling out. So according to Amazon, Sludge should arrive in about 2 weeks on July 28th. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Amazon releases Sludge earlier than that. But personally, for me, the most exciting Transformers figure that I've added to my collection is this guy right here. This is the Takara Tomy exclusive Transformers Generation Selects X Seacon Lobclaw, aka Nautilator, and I'm really excited to have him in my collection because with Nautilator now in my collection, I now have one version of all 6 of the Seacons. The other 5 I have are in the God Neptune Seacons, who I actually purchased over a year ago. Oh, and that's how far behind I am in getting around to actually reviewing God Neptune. But the lack of Nautilator was one of the things that prevented me from being eager to getting God Neptune's review done. But now, after a year of waiting, with Nautilator in my collection, having all the Seacons around, I'm hoping to finally getting around to doing that. So please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews. They are coming. And I thank you guys all so much for your continued support. And until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I bring the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, you guys, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.